Greetings all and welcome to Dave's Craft Room. I'm Dave, and on today's video I'm gonna make this pattern called Deco by Brittany Lloyd. This pattern has been calling to me for so long, and I finally realized that the time is now, everything in its season. I love this pattern. It's got an Art Deco kind of vibration. I have selected this color palette. The theme is New Mexico Night Sky. So we have these colors make me think of New Mexico. And then this is the constellation fabric that I used in Derek's baby quilt as well. I have extra of it. And the moon fabric, the surface of the moon. This is all what's gonna be featured in here. This pattern came with 3 sizes. There's baby, throw, and bed. The throw is 56 by 68 inches. The bed quilt is 102 by 102 inches. So the throw is, in my opinion, a little bit too small. Bed quilt is too big because I want to make a throw. Or a quilt that's going to be used as a throw. But 56 by 68 inches is still too small in my opinion. I would rather make something a little bit bigger. So I gotta make it bigger, obviously. And how? I don't know. I never know. How can I make it bigger? Because it already looks good the way it is with the dimensions, you know, where it's cut off the way it is. So I don't know. I'm not super great at planning. I would rather figure things out as I go. So that's just what I'm gonna do. Also, it's on point. It's all put together on point. Ooh, those colors are cool. Let's just start. I can't be sitting here thinking. I would rather just cut. Figure out what color is what. These kind of diamond shapes are going to be moon. These squares are all going to be the constellation fabric. That might look good on there too. Let's cut.
The way I make it bigger is by taking the king size quilt from the pattern, and I drew different dimensions inside of it, and then I made the amount of blocks that I would need to make it that size. This quilt is made up of 3 different blocks. The first one is a 1/4 log cabin block. So it's a square and you sew strips to 2 of the 4 sides. Block 2 has this diamond of moon fabric in the middle, and it starts with a square and then you snowball 2 opposite corners, and then it's surrounded by 4 small squares of the constellation fabric, and that's achieved easily with this strip set. I need to cut some of the blocks in half to be side-setting triangles. Block 3 consists of all these little squares, and it's constructed using strip sets as well. All the measurements for the strip sets are in the pattern, although I did have to change it to make the extra blocks that I wanted. I'm not really sure why I chose these colors. Looking back, I kind of wish I would have chosen the moon fabric instead of the gray, but it is what it is. There's 2 sets of these, so I made 1 set with the constellation fabric. Once I got all of the blocks done, I realized that it was serving just a little bit too much brown for my liking, which was consistent with my theme of New Mexico, but I didn't want it to look like dirt. So I switched out some of the brown squares for moon fabric. And let me know in the comments what you think. Did I make the right decision? I think I did make the right decision given what I had already pieced. However, if I would do it over, I would have used the dark blue for the background color, and then the brown would have been one of the accents. It's still too brown in my opinion.
My first one and I already made a mistake.
As you can see here, I pieced the rows diagonally because the blocks are on point, and this is where it becomes apparent to me that when I resized it, I made it a little bit too long and narrow. If I could go back, I would add another row of width. Often in my work, I decide to change the size as I'm going along, and I can just add another row or column. But in this case, because the blocks are on point, that's really not possible. I'd have to pick out the side setting triangles and then add an individual block to each diagonal row, so I'm not doing that. But anyway, it's really fine, I guess. The length is good for someone tall, but it's just not what I originally envisioned. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the craft room. I'm making new quilt videos every week where I make the whole quilt from start to finish in each video. If you like it, please like and subscribe to my channel. So this is the final result, and ultimately I am happy with it enough. The pattern is still beautiful. I'm just not 100% sure about my own choices this time, and I'm even considering a redo where I would firstly stick to the pattern size and then choose a different color scheme and try to come up with some other ways to Davitize this. So let me know in the comments, do you think I should try again, or is it good enough, move on to the next? Anyway, that's all. Thank you for watching, and please come again.